Welcome to Pario Magazine, where I chat with individuals who have a desire to create. Today, I am joined by a multi-talented singer-songwriter, entertainer, and producer who is delivering some great pop music to the world. Welcome to Pario Magazine, Behani.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Pleasure to be here.
So we're here today to chat about your journey in the world of music and your debut single, Let Me Know. Before we dive into that, do you want to give our audience a brief introduction as to who Behani is away from the world of music?
Absolutely. Behani is a full-time mother. I've got a 2-year-old little girl, Storm, who is the apple of my eye. I am a fiance to a very busy man, and a woman that just is trying to bring it all together and make every day worthwhile, and bring business, bring your love, bring your passion all together and make it work.
Just keeping all those plates spinning.
Yeah, exactly right. Just ordinary woman that trying to make, rotate my normal life.
Okay. So how did you first discover the passion for music and want to pursue that?
Music, I think, is you're either born wanting to, pursue it, or you're not. I don't think it's something that you can switch on and off. Music has always been a part of me since I was very little, and I've always been making music, and it's been a connectivity point to my emotional well-being, actually. I'm not very good with my words in connecting emotionally with people. And before I had met my fiance, that was actually a really big problem personally, because I'm very reserved. And so music has always been a channel for me to express my thoughts and the way that I'm feeling. So I was very lucky to be able to actually in early days, find my emotional connectivity to music, and then take it onto a professional path, which has been amazing.
Was that an easy process to sort of go from somebody who's quite reserved to then writing songs and sort of just laying everything out there?
No, it wasn't. So I think it took a few years for me to get to the point of allowing people to see my vulnerability. That's why I didn't want to take music on a professional level. I enjoyed doing it behind the curtains for many, many years, just because it made me feel good. But to make that decision to expose that side of me to the world was a very, very big decision to make, and it took a year or so to actually really come to terms with it, because there is a business side to music, and for me it was always emotional, but I had to accept that I'm taking that emotional level and creativity to a business level now, and with that it can sometimes change the nature of where it started from, but I think when you just stay true to yourself and you stay true to the intention, it will work out.
Was there a particular moment that sort of everything switched for you?
I think there were particular moments. I don't think it was a moment. It was probably a collection of moments that pieced the puzzle together nicely to show where I wanted to go. I've always had a vision, but until you go through life experiences, you don't really know what that vision's going to look like. And I could definitely say that where I am today wasn't where I thought I would be, musically at least. But it's just happened, and I've seized every opportunity that's come in front of me, with good intent, hard work, and it's brought me to here.
Okay. And now that you are pursuing this as a professional career, who have been some of the inspirations for you chasing this dream and your music?
My biggest inspiration is actually, I would say it's actually my fiance, to be honest. He's not a musician, Alex. He's a big dreamer, but he's able to be pragmatic at the same time. So, like I said, it's always amazing to chase your dream, but you've got to really kind of piece the puzzle together nicely. Otherwise, you get caught into, a world where you'll have to face so many obstacles and you don't know how to tackle them. So you've got to build the foundation up. And he's always kind of inspired me in that way. I mean, he's built a business of his own, and to build my music business, it took some understanding and learning lessons that it's not just about the creativity at times, but to be able to keep the creativity in one bucket and compartmentalize and bring it all together and not lose that fire in you is probably really important. So he's always been an inspiration to me. Even before he was my fiance, we were friends for many years. But in terms of music, I mean, I've always loved Scott Storch and Neo. They were my ultimate icons that I looked up to. Scott Storch, just because he's just so talented. Since I was 12, I used to listen to his music, and I'd go on YouTube watching the way that he would create a beat from scratch. I was always fascinated by that. So it's a dream to be able to actually work with him now and call him actually a dear friend of mine today.
Okay. And you mentioned Neo as well, being one of the people that you looked up to. You also recently got to work with him. How was that experience?
Yeah, he's an incredible man. He's so talented in his songwriting abilities, and his ability to melodically capture a narrative and tie that into like a tempo of a beat that makes you want to move and feel what the narrative of that song is. So I've learned a lot through my journey with Scott and Neo already, but it was really nostalgic actually working with the two of them, because they haven't worked together for many years since their last hit, Let Me Love You by Mario. So I was honored to be a part of the group for Real Man, and fate brought all of us together. So it was pretty cool.
Awesome. And in terms of the two singles, Let Me Know and Real Man, firstly, what was the sort of inspiration and story behind Let Me Know?
Let Me Know is a love story about, actually my girlfriends were the inspiration for that song, just because the dating scene is so tricky these days. I mean, I haven't been single for a number of years now, but when I hear the stories, you know, it's hard to know whether you want to invest your emotions or your love into a relationship early days. And yeah, I was talking to one of my childhood school best friends who's single at the moment, and I actually wrote that song for her, if I'm quite honest. So it's about, you know, whether you want to open your vulnerability to someone and take that risk, and that person to show their criteria to you and show that they want to engage with you.
Have you let her know that you wrote the song for her?
Yeah, she loves it. She's very lucky.
Fantastic. And then Real Man, the follow-up with Neo, how did you come up with that song, and was that a collaborative partnership?
Yeah, so it's a pretty cool story. Neo wasn't actually meant to feature on the song. That was never the plan. Our plan was to work together in writing a song, Neo and I to co-write, and for Scott to produce the beat. But we created it from scratch. And the inspiration of the song was my fiance again, Alex. So Real Man, just because he's been such an amazing best friend to me, he's a partner to me, and a father that I love watching him being a father. So for me, it was the qualities that were important to me in a real man. But again, this song really captures, it's an empowering song for both women and men, because it's an opportunity for men to also feel good about themselves. I felt like at the moment, there aren't many songs that empower men from women. Women often, you know, kind of either talk themselves up in the songs or put a man down. And I thought this might be a moment where we can actually embrace a lot of men that help us along the journey and do as much as they can and are our backbone. So I was really excited by that concept, and Neo loved the concept. And we were in Circle House Studio in Miami, first creating the beat with Scott alone. And then afterwards, we started to write down, carve out the qualities that matter to me for a real man, which was a fun session. The list was endless, and Neo was laughing about it. But he loved the song so much that he came up to me in the session and he said, "What do you think if I jump on for a verse and let's see how it sounds?" And that was a real big moment in my career. we were all just shocked. I screamed, of course, and we've got this on BTS, which we'll reveal soon. And yeah, it just meant a lot that when you're true to the core of the song, the narrative of the song, opportunities just open up.
Yeah, I imagine that would have been like a surreal moment of, wow, is this actually happening right now?
Yeah, huge. It was huge. I had to pinch myself many times. I think I'm still pinching myself, actually. So it's pretty cool starting off, and for someone as well established as Neo to jump on your record is pretty epic.
Yep. So given that we have these 2 singles now, should we be on the lookout for more new music, potentially an EP or an album in 2023?
Absolutely, absolutely. So there's a lot of great singles and a lot of hard work that's been put into a collection of music. I don't think creating music ever stops. We're always cutting new songs, cutting new feelings, and bringing them all together. I think when you're an artist, there's no end game to it. You just keep going and going. So we've got a lot in store, and I'm putting all my passion and all my energy into it, and I can't wait to share it with the world. There's a lot to come.
And live touring as well, I imagine as well.
Yeah, we've got a few shows. I've got a big show in December in Nigeria, Lagos, for my first performance for Flytime Festival on the 20th to the 24th of December. And we've got a big show in January in Australia. So I'm super excited to be part of that festival with Neo in January. It's my home country, so I can't tell you what it will feel like to be able to perform in my home country first before I go to the States.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so finally, where is the best place for people to support you and track this creative journey moving forward?
To support me, I think that my Instagram is probably the best way. I'm on Apple Music and Spotify. If you want to meet my little daughter here, she's a hello.
Hello.
Go into the interview. Spotify, Apple Music, all platforms, but on a personal level, Instagram at the moment I think is the way to go. Or TikTok, I'm on all the platforms. But I am excited because we are releasing a tech soon, which will allow my fans to engage with me at a personal level. I haven't announced that yet, but if you stay tuned for that, we're going to announce a tunnel where fans can just stay with me along my journey, because we've got a lot of exciting touch points coming up. So yeah.
Brilliant. I'll make sure all the links are at the end of the article. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me, and good luck with the future releases, and we'll see you back here in Australia next year.
Thank you so much, Jamie.